The best Super Saiyan transformation since Gohan vs Cell. Episode 6 of Dragon Ball Daima has the hypest fight scene yet with Glorio vs Goku. And we also get some juicy reveals about Supreme Kai's mysterious Glind family. I'm Mick and here's what happened in the latest episode of Dragon Ball Daima. Episode 6 is possibly the funniest yet, but also includes the series' best fight scene so far. As we saw from the end of the last episode, Goku and the gang's spaceship crash landed, and we start this episode off with Goku needing to take a poo. This is some big brain anime. The Gendarmerie arrive on the scene to investigate these knuckleheads, as they are still vigorously searching for the spiky-haired kid with the red stick. Lucky he's taking a dump behind the bushes, and even more lucky, they aren't very good at their jobs and leave after a minute. We also find out that Goku doesn't wash his hands after pooing like a true martial artist. Sugoi desu. Supreme Kai suggests that Goku tie his hair down to avoid being detected by the Gendarmerie, but Goku says he cannot because his hair is too resilient, and I think that's just a fun little fact for Dragon Ball fans. Also, I believe that this is the first time in anime history we have someone getting pissed off enough by the main character getting their name wrong that they are called out for it. My respect has gone way up for Glorio-chan. Eventually, Pansy fixes up the ship and off they go, and we get a solid 10 minutes of lore drops and reveals about Supreme Kai and the Glind race. Once every few centuries, Glind demons are born from a big-ass purple onion tree called the Glind tree. There are also about 5 Glind trees, so Shin, Degesu and Arinsu were all born from the same tree, thus they are siblings, and they also don't have genders. Degesu stayed in the demon realm because he did not get along with other Glind people, aka he's a douchebag. And Arinsu is just a psychopath that likes the thrill of the demon realm. Goku then asks a very valid question. If Supreme Kai was born from a tree, does that mean he's technically a plant? He also mentions he doesn't eat food and only drinks liquids. Now that sounds very plant-like to me. He must be a plant. Goku and the gang decide to make camp and rest in a cave, and we finally find out who Glorio is really working for. And that is of course Dr Arinsu, sister or brother of Supreme Kai, a wicked witch. Glorio snuck off in the middle of the night to update Dr Arinsu on the mission on his little demon walkie-talkie. I love that for him. Suddenly they are awoken by a big purple cow whose roar sounds like a Japanese man yelling. A hilarious scene of banter between Goku, Glorio and the cow starts as they argue about who will fight the cow. Well, he's actually a minotaur, and it eventually devolves into Glorio and Goku dueling instead, while the minotaur is standing there watching like, what the f***? So this leads into an epic fight scene between Glorio and Goku, which I am certain that Glorio has been waiting for all the time Goku has butchered his name. Tensions were rising. We get a cold ass line from Glorio as he blasts Goku with a magic beam of some kind. Supreme Kai asks Goku to fight him seriously to see how powerful this dude really is. Glorio goes full Darth Sidious on Goku's ass, but Goku bats him away like a baseball. Glorio then begins charging up his final attack and Goku goes absolute hot dog gobbler mode, getting probably the coolest Super Saiyan transformation since Gohan Super Saiyan 2. We get a super ultra epic beam blasty thing that Goku just dismantles with ease. No worries at all. Glorio is stood there shitting his pants knowing that Goku could Kamehameha him through to next week, resulting in Glorio giving up. Was that really Glorio's full power? I'm a little bit skeptical. A quick scene of the big purple horse trying to sneak away after having witnessed the greatness that is Super Saiyajin. Goku then declares that he needs to take another poo. Finally, we switch scenes to see what the heck is going on with Vegeta and the gang. Little Vegeta has been training trying to get jacked as he squats a heavy load. That is probably how he originally stunted his growth as well. Hashtag short kings. And their spaceship is finally completed. They begin to take off, but there is a malfunction and it crash lands immediately. Fun. And that is episode 6 of Dragon Ball Daima. And here are my thoughts. First of all, just a hectic fight scene with Glorio and Goku. Made the episode go from good to great. Wonderfully animated and just pure fun to see Goku flaunt and taunt his powers. I'm also really liking the art style and direction they've taken Super Saiyan in Daima. They made the green eyes pop a bit more. I think maybe the color palette has changed a bit, but it just looks a little different from your typical Super Saiyan. Maybe that's just due to new animation they've got going on, but really I thought it looked just fantastic. Also, there's a little transition from when Goku's eyes turn green that I just thought was excellent. Very good choice. Let me know if you know what I'm talking about. There's a rock and it just goes green. Chef's kiss on that. Also, Glorio's attacks were animated beautifully as well. They must have gotten a top-notch director for this episode because just everything looked fantastic. Please let me know if you know who the director was for for episode 6 and if they've done anything else. I also must say that each episode has just gotten funnier and funnier. Some people may find the humor a little bit silly, a little bit gross, but personally I just find it charming. Besides some info about the Glind race and the reveal that Glorio was working for Arinsu, if you think about it, nothing really did happen. A bit of a pet peeve of mine in this series is that there is just constant setbacks to drag out the story. We've already gotten 2 plane crashes now. Goku's plane crash landed, and then finally we get to Vegeta making some moves, then their plane immediately crashes. Just a bit of an annoying trope, I guess. And for an episode like this, where we do get a fantastic fun fight scene, I don't mind it too much, but it's been happening pretty frequently in Daima. But I do have to give props to the comedy in this episode. Absolutely a silly goose time the entire episode. It was a great episode, needs more hypest. That is the video, see you in episode 7, bye bye.